All right, I just want to welcome everybody to our Saturday team call. My name's Joan Robison. I'm an Elite 2, Platinum 1 here in the M-Life Nation team. By the way, the #1 team in Modere, and I'm super thrilled and honored to be here. We have an incredible lineup. Before I introduce them, I just want to tell you a little bit about the benefits of a Saturday call. So we host these calls each and every Saturday. It's a great place to learn from leaders and builders, business tips, and also just a little bit about why people got started and the difference that Modere has made in their lives. You'll also get power-packed information around the latest of incentives and different announcements that are going on within the team and the company. And one of the things I love about these calls is you can tune in with makeup from last night and messy hair, get all the information, and, really go into your weekend with inspiration and, in my opinion, a real reason to continue moving your business forward. So I want to tell you that we've got an incredible lineup today. We've got the Jenn Cooper, Elite 2, Platinum 2. We've got Becky Snarski, and she is Team Leader Gold. We've also got Cathryn, Fisfis, and she is Team Leader Bronze. And then I will be bringing up the rear at the end of the call. But before I introduce Jenn, I want to just take a moment, and if you're taking notes, I always love to take notes, so when I get those little gold nuggets or the information, I pop it down, and then I can refer to it throughout the week. So couple announcements that we want to be mindful of. Of course, everybody's been hearing all about Black Friday. Not going to go into a ton of detail there, guys, because Jenn is really going to bring her magic to the call and talk about Black Friday. But I do want to talk about a couple things that are still going on in the month of October. And I always love specials, incentives, and often I even make up some of my own so that you have a reason to pick up the call or pick up the phone and add value to your customers. And this month of October, we've got, when you spend $99, the last part of the month here, you get the toothpaste and mouthwash for free. So great reason to pick up the phone, do some follow-up calls, and then I want to go right into the recruiting contest that you can find if you want every bit of the details in M-Life Nation. But the recruiting contest goes from October 15th to the end of November. So for every 3 XM kits, you're going to get 1 entry into the raffle, and you'll be eligible to win a weekend at John and Nadia's beach home in Destin. For those of you that haven't been there, it is an incredible experience. John and Nadia are beautiful hosts. You just get treated like royalty for a weekend, and if you haven't seen their beach house, go look at the pictures. I had one of the most memorable experiences there just about a year ago, and still am so close to some of the team members that, weren't on my direct team. I love that part of collaboration and networking. So this is definitely somewhere that you want to be. Next, we've got the October Rank Up bonus. And, this is one of the benefits of being part of the #1 team, part of John and Nadia's team. They are giving away cash for brand new team leaders, $400. So that is between now and the end of the month. So leaders, be looking at the numbers. See who is close. Very first team leaders, $400. Brand new directors, $750, and new elites, $800 with those Christian Louboutin shoes. And I'm going to tell you what, if you haven't had a set of those, it's kind of nice to be walking away and people noticing those red soles. Everybody loves to get a pair of those. So like I said, again, leaders, be looking now, because oftentimes, team members don't always know how close they are. So this is definitely an incredible way to make some extra cash and feel really good about moving your business forward. So I want to go ahead and take a moment. I want to remind everybody that for the details of each given month, all you need to do is get into M Life Nation as well as go to the Buzz, and you'll get details. I also want to just say I'm super excited to be cruising on the escape trip with many of you who are probably on this call, but I want to remind everybody that this right now is such an incredible time to join Modere, because not only are you going to have an opportunity to be on the next escape, which will be announced in the next couple months, but this is a great time because we are moving into the very best selling season, the very best month of all, November. And I would love just to take a moment and introduce the Jenn Cooper. I have to say that when I joined Modere, I had my team and I came over about a year and a half ago. Jenn was one of those people that I met at a mastermind, and she was so incredibly welcoming to me. Not only was she kind and nice, but she dug in, helped our team succeed, and gave us so many tips and little, ways to continue to build our business, and this is just who Jenn is. So, Jenn, I know that you're going to tell us a little bit about your story going from the medical world into network marketing. I also know you got babies at home and your time is very valuable, so thanks so much for joining. Can you just take it away?
Oh, my gosh. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Joan, you are the best ever. I think it should speak volumes to many of you guys that we are attracting people like Joan Robison. Like, she is extremely well-versed in this profession. She's been around the block. She knows a thing or two about what a good, solid company infrastructure looks like. She knows a thing or two about really sexy, cool, modern, innovative compensation structures and leadership and simple systems and innovation. She knows a thing or two about this and literally found her way to us. So when she joined us, I was like, oh my gosh, this girl's going to be my best friend, and she don't even know it yet. I was so excited. Hey, Joni, how's my microphone? Because I'm on speaker right now. Is it cool?
You know what? You sound amazing. Yep. Roll with it, baby.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, for those of you guys that I haven't had a chance to meet yet, it's such a pleasure to be here with you, to pour some love, some fire, some energy, and inspiration into many of you guys that are either brand new to us, maybe you've been around the block a bit, maybe you are a current leader in our company or even in our organization, or maybe you are a special guest of any one of those people that said, hey, I think you might want to tune in and check this out, hear what some of my friends have to say about this thing that I'm doing right now. And wherever you're tuning in from, it's just such a pleasure to be here with all of you. My name is Jenn Cooper. Everybody calls me Coop. I have been in the network marketing profession for 8.5 short years now. I am 8.5 years young in the profession, and I literally feel like I'm just getting started most of the time. Prior to network marketing, I was in specialty pharmaceuticals and also a medical device representative, and know most people that do this type of thing, like Modere, like social retail, like selling on social media. A lot of those people do not have sales experience, so please do not think that you have to have something like that, because most of the people I work with, actually the vast majority, I might be the only person on my team that I'm aware of that has a background in sales, if that tells you anything. And I've got lots of people achieving success, and they've learned how to do this quite well. I'm also a group fitness instructor. I'm a Les Mills body training instructor. I'm obsessed with whole foods, gut health, colorful eating. That's my jam. And prior to partnering with Modere, and maybe a lot of you guys are a lot smarter than I was, hopefully many of you saw what I ignored for quite a long time about network marketing. I was not the smart person that saw network marketing as, a vessel to, build alongside my main hustle and get some additional income going and growing alongside my current job, or even as an at-home parent. I never saw that. I was like, no, that's definitely not. I wrote it off before I even knew what it was. And I'm Italian, I'm headstrong, I'm stubborn, and when I say I was incredibly wrong, that's really hard for me to say. So if I'm telling you that I mean it. I ended up building in my first company to a six-figure position, the vacations, the car, the trips, all that stuff. And I found that in the beginning, it was about contributing to my family. In the beginning, it was about, hey, maybe I could cover our car payment with my network marketing income. In the beginning, it was more about me. And over time, I learned that my passion grew into helping more people achieve more of those things, helping those people that have a really big dream, but quite frankly, maybe they're surrounded by people that, kind of put the water on that flame. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys have some people in your lives that maybe they're surrounding you and you're like, man, I don't know, I almost don't want to speak my big dreams or speak the big things that I want to do because I know just somebody's going to put me down or tell me to get back in line or sit back down. Anybody have people like that in your life? Because my goal became helping more people that had that vision have a home that they could actually make it come true. Because even though I built to top ranks of my previous company, they were a recruiting heavy model. They were very focused on recruiting recruiters to recruit more recruiters to recruit. And there was no opportunity to rank advance unless you could do those things. And there was little recognition for people outside of recruiting and more recruiting. And my gut was telling me, and I'm a gut enthusiast, so my gut is very clean. My gut instincts, they were screaming at me, find a better way for the future people that you will do business with, whatever you need to do to find it. Now, did I want to walk away from a six-figure income? No, that wasn't really at the top of the things I wanted to do, but I knew that where I was not going to help the vast majority of people have a shot at doing network marketing what I consider the right way. I evaluated several. I believed in the social retail movement. I forfeited everything I had built. I pulled the carpet out, the finances out from under my family because I knew in my heart Modere was the most sexy, cool, modern Amazon of clean living, MLM, that was following worldly trends while others were trying to take a piece of the pie. We were making the dang pie. The dual-sided comp plan was so different. It was rewarding customers. It was rewarding people for giving others the customer experience. And I'm telling you, Joni, any of you that are on board for Black November, let's not even call it Black Friday. Let's call it what it is. It's Black November. It's about to get real hot up in here. It's about to get so hot. Anyone that is dialing in to Black November and of course, Cyber Monday, I'm guessing that we're going to be seeing a lot of those people gracing the stage in February at our annual social retail conference. I'm just putting it out there. You guys have time to do it, and I can't wait to see how many people are going to capitalize on this.
Awesome. Well, Jenn, I just love your energy, and it's so you just have a way of magnetically drawing people to you. And I would love for you just to share some of your very best tips. You've been doing this a long time, and so many people here want to learn from you. So would you share just a few of your Black Friday, like maybe your 3 hottest tips?
Yes. Okay, guys, here's the deal. If there was a time to show up for your business, if there was a time to, take that accelerator and just give it a little extra weight, if there was a time to take your disorganized self and find a way to get a little more organized, I'm telling you it's right now. So you may say, oh, but Coop, I'm not an organized person. Well, you tell yourself that long enough, and you're going to be right. I'm going to encourage you right now. It's time to get organized, and it's time to up our game, okay? And here's the truth. I want you to prove to yourself that when you get some ducks lined up in a row, when you start to get more strategic and more organized with your time, your energy, and your practices, I'm telling you, not only are you going to crush Black November, you're going to prove to yourself what you can do in a short period of time. You're going to taste your potential. It's going to be really, really hard. You ever taste your potential, and once you taste it, it makes it really hard to go back because you know what you can do? You know what I'm saying, Joni? You know.
Oh,
That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want all of you to feel right now. So first and foremost, my tip would be, if you want to up your game right now, you got to up your intention. Fuzzy targets don't get hit, friends. They just don't. So you got to be thinking to yourself, programming your reticular activating system. We're not going to go down that path, but it's a thing that it is literally a thing. And I'm going to encourage it. I want you to think about your subconscious. We got to start training your subconscious what is important to you right now. We got to get real specific. Okay? Some of my clients hate when I make them get specific because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, yes, that's the idea. I want you to train your subconscious right now, up your intentions. Ask yourself, what's your goal? What is your goal that you're going after? And here's the thing, guys. I really want you to not tie your worth or your ability to be able to do this line of work. I don't want you to tie your worth to a rank advancement. I want you to think more so business volume. I want you to put down specifically what point volume are you going after right now? What does that equate to dollar-wise? Ask yourself, what actions do I need to take every week, every day, every morning? What are the activities, the specific things that I need to be doing to be congruent with that goal and with that point volume, with that dollar amount that you've got in mind? I want you to get real specific about what it's going to take, because here's the thing. You're going to start to train your brain and download, okay, Joni said we are getting up and doing our gratitude each day. We're gonna make it a point and get our content out. We're going to connect with every person that interacts or reacts to our stuff, just to connect with them and learn more about them. That's what we're going to do right now. You're going to train your brain how to do this. Then I want you to have a reward. When you up your intention, I want you to give yourself a reward ahead of time. Because I want you to be reminded that what you are about to do is significant. It is special. And I want you to set aside something special for you, maybe even rope in your family right now. Now is the time to have the conversation with your family. Hey, guys, Mommy's coming up on my kids know. They know about Black November. They're like, hey, Mommy, what number are we looking at right now? Where do we write it down? Where are you at right now? Can I see? They are a part of it. And so they're a part of my reward. That's the first thing I would do. Up your intention. That was real quick, you guys. I'm gonna say my last tip, because I don't want to sandbag this by any means.
Oh, but Jenn, we are loving your tips. These are amazing. I'm taking notes feverishly here.
I'm so glad, you guys. This is probably my biggest one right here, especially for those of y'all that are like, I'm all over the place. I'm just a social butterfly. I'm a super blue personality, and I just love, being part of the party. I'm going to encourage you right now to get organized, if you want to up your game, you're going to up your tracking method. You got to start working off lists. Now, here at Modere, we got a bunch of people. They got hundreds, thousands even in their customer pods. They might approach Black November a little bit differently. But for the vast majority of you guys, I want you to focus on literally going back to making lists, okay? Here's what your lists are going to be. The first list, I want you to get out there and make some new friends. Make a list of all the new friends that you're finding. And I know you're like, oh, but where do I find these people? I don't know. There's like 3 billion users on Facebook each month right now. Maybe start there. Find some communities that have like-minded things that you like to do, even if it's smoking meat. I'm a Texan now. Everybody smokes meat. It's like a way of life. It's like a thing. It's like a initiation. It's a thing here. It could be making baby bows. It could be, you're a cake baker. I don't know. It doesn't have to do with business. Get in some communities with people that share interests that you share. Why? So you can find common ground faster. You already got common ground with these people. They out there, it's on you to get into some groups and go connect with these people. Put those people in a list. New friends. The next list is, has anybody ever had people that put their hand up about your stuff, either your products or your opportunity, and they're like, yeah, me, and then you connect with them and then they ghost you and they never buy? No, nobody has that, just me. I've got literally like a whole vault of these people, and they know I'm coming around in November. I circle back around because your fortune is in the follow-up. You guys, literally make a list of the people that were warmly interested from the past and never bought. You got to get them all on a list, and you got to start reconnecting with them right now. Next list, if you have customers, who are your most excited people? Your most excited enthusiasts. Those people, you got to put them in a list, not just because they're going to be your easiest sale, but you are literally going to be able to double and triple one sale. Here's what I mean. Oh, my God, Joni, I'm so excited. I know you are freaking loving your collagen. I know you love that brownie batter. Here's the deal. We got a new flavor coming out. I heard it's one of the best we ever had. I know you're going to want this stuff. And she's going to be like, oh, my God, thank you for telling me. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and get your information on a VIP list. How many of those did you want to snag? Because you know the deal, Johnny. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
Literally, you just turned one bottle into like 3. Oh, my goodness.
Love
I'm getting
it.
hot
and with
here.
those savings. I know. I feel like you should have your own commercial and really help people upsell this. Damn, you're doing it, girl. I love it.
You guys, I just want you to know that like the sales that you seek and the business that you desire and that you dream about, it's there right now. Right now. All you got to do is get up, get dressed, and get to work. This is how we get to work. We got to get organized. Jen, that would be my biggest tip.
I love it. And I want it, guys, well, first off, Jen, thank you so much. I know you've got to get back to smoking the meat there. So, I'm just kidding. But you guys, you can tell how passion and excitement draws people to you. I know many of you were like, oh, we could listen to her for the whole call. And we could. But we've got a couple other exciting guests that are going to share their stories. But what I really hope that you took away, you've got down in your notes, is we start now. We plan now. Having a plan is how you're going to succeed. And Jen gave some amazing tips about organizing, first and foremost, what's most important to you. What are your intentions and what are your goals? And I want you to think about it as a way of building your customer list, but guys, serving your customers, serving people that you don't even know yet that are about to be your customers. Because here's the deal. I found this myself. Once people run out of amazing Modere products, they just want more and more and more. and there's something for everybody. So we are getting so geared up. The next thing Jenn talked about was really tracking. So you're going to track probably using paper lists. Some of you are following the DMOs that you can find right in the boards in MLife Nation. I mean, those are, if you can just do those daily DMOs, you're going to just rise and succeed at whatever level you choose. So, Jenn, again, I want to thank you for the Black Friday tips. And for those of you that were maybe unable to get on the call, the recording is in one voice, and I believe it may even be in MLife. But go invest that 30 minutes. Listen and allow that recording, that company recording, to get you super pumped and excited for Modere's biggest and best sale of the year. All right, our next guest, and someone that I'm super thrilled, she hails from the UK. Becky Snarski is a team leader and a gold. And Becky, what I would love for you to do is tell a little bit about your story. I know that you have 3 children, you're married, you were a salon owner and a stylist for over 20 years. Kind of give us a little bit of background on you, really what attracted you to Modere. Becky, take it away, girl.
Thank you, Joan, and thank you, Jenn. I mean, wow, that is something to follow. Literally, I've been taking so many notes just listening to Jenn then. But thank you for having me today. It's an honour to be here. So like Joan said, my name's Becky. I've been a salon owner for 20 years and hairdresser. I've done beauty therapy as well. I actually opened the salon business when I was 19 years old, so really young. And then from there, I built it into 2 different sites and really worked hard for 20 years, having my children during that time as well. I got really tired of going to work before the children were out of bed, coming home and the children were in bed. I missed a lot of the first things, like the first words, the first steps. I also just didn't have any maternity leave. Because I was a salon owner, I was back to work after 4 weeks with my first daughter, 6 weeks with my second daughter, and 3 weeks with my third daughter. So I had no time off with them at all. And enough became enough for me, and I just made a decision in beginning of 2022 that I was going to close, and that was it. I was changing direction. I didn't know what I was going to do at all. And it took me about 6 months to find network marketing, which was something that I had my eyes closed to. Again, like what Jenn said, I did not see this opportunity at all. I wasn't aware of it. I'd not seen it. If I had, I would be in a very different position right now because I would have built it alongside my salon business. Unfortunately, I didn't see it until after I closed, which is great because I then found Modere earlier this year, and absolutely in love with the company, in love with the whole ethos, the brand, the support, everything about Modere and MLife and John and Nadia and Asma and like yourself, Joan. Everybody pours into each other and genuinely wants everybody to succeed. Everybody wants everybody else to grow and to develop and to push themselves. And this is just something that I adore being part of, absolutely adore.
Oh, Becky, I just love that, so many of people like you, we've got these kind of underlying needs that we don't always pay attention to. And I wonder right now, how many people listening in here have never really given themselves permission to say, I want more than 9 to 5. I want more than what that company is telling me I'm worth. I want more community. I want more excitement. I want more fun in my life. Becky, tell the group just a little bit about the community and what you've experienced from being part of the community with Beth and the whole European group there.
It's Joan, honestly, I can't find the words. It's something I have never in all of my life experienced. I think because I was the salon owner, everybody looked up to me to be the leader, to be the person sort of cheering them on, and nobody supported me as such. And it's the whole opposite within Modere and the team. The European team are growing really rapidly at the moment as well, but everybody's there all the time, whether they're an upline, a sideline, a downline, or from a totally different team. Everybody wants to help each other, and that is something that is priceless. Even just the community, the training that's always available, the support. I mean, John and Nadia, they're always willing to help and support anybody. And this is what I find absolutely incredible, that no matter who you go to, somebody is always there and willing to help. And that I cherish that so much.
You know, these are just some of the things, guys, that people, they don't even really know exist beyond the daily 8 to 5 grind. And I am hearing more and more about the amazing connections and communities. And of course, you know, we are part of such an incredible team of individuals that's worldwide. And Becky, I want to just take a moment and let's have just a little fun. So over there in the UK and in Europe, tell me, what are really some of the most, what are your favorite products? What do you guys just love to talk about?
Collagen
yeah.
is number one. For me, collagen, I think it is the most incredible product I've ever found. And like I say, 20 years in a hair and beauty business, I have worked with a lot of skincare products, a lot of beauty products, and I've never found anything like this. So that is my number one. We all love that over here. Number two would be the weight loss products. So you'll call it the lean body system. We are body transformation system. Again, that is amazing. And then the 5-day drop. I mean, that is just one on its own. That is just an incredible product range.
I love it. Okay, Becky, if you were going to give somebody brand new, because I know there's people here that have just gotten started with Modere, or there's even people that are choosing to restart. Maybe you've taken a little break and you're like, you know what? I am getting back on the bus here. Now is the time. What would be the advice that you would give somebody to really create momentum in their business?
Okay, this is something that I was trained on a few months ago, because I've always struggled, and people find this really fascinating about me, because they're like, oh, you always put yourself forward for things, and I do always put myself forward. But I struggle with confidence, and I think a lot of people struggle with confidence. So I was trained, and this is what I want to pass on to everybody. If you're struggling with confidence, find the courage first, because the courage precedes confidence. If you can get the courage, you will, and you keep doing it with the courage, you will become confident in whatever you're doing. So that would be my number one tip. Number two would...
Yeah, no, keep going. I just was going to say, I love that. I love that. Keep going.
Yeah, number two, I think it helped me so much, because even when I'm feeling not confident, I've got courage, so I will do it. I will absolutely do it. So I hope that helps somebody. Number two would be, when you're showing up on your stories, do that every single day. Consistency, you know, everybody says consistency is key, and it really, truly is. But using your product in your stories, you have to be taking product and using it in your stories while you're talking about something else, because that creates intrigue, and people message you directly saying, what is that you're taking? What is that spoon? What is that chocolate? And that is another way of starting conversations, and that I found easier at the very start rather than reaching out to people every single day. So taking the product, and people coming to me, so that was really key. And then number three would be sell the benefits. Always think about the benefits rather than the ingredient. Like, how is this going to help somebody? Genuinely, how is it going to help them? Is it going to help? How is it going to change their life? You know, think about the benefits over the ingredients, because that is what's going to make people want to buy.
Becky, I thank you so much for giving of your time. I know you're moving into the early evening on a weekend day over there in the UK, and just love your story, and I thank you so much for being a part.
Thank you, Joan.
All righty. Next up, we have got Fisfis, and Cat is tuning in from Delaware. Cat has a history in network marketing, but really recently joined Modere, and she has immediately started having successes, helping her customer base, and bringing on new team members. Cat, I know that you had shared with me that you're married, you've got 2 kids, you guys are an ADHD family as well as a fire family, and I want to just introduce you and have you tell us a little bit about you and why you chose Modere. Take it away, Kat.
Hey, thanks, Joan. Hi, guys. Yes, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I will definitely elaborate, though, for sure. Yeah, we, the ADHD family and fire family alone keeps us on our toes 24/7. My husband is a volunteer fireman, so if any of you out there are either married to a volunteer fireman or are one, my hat is off to you. It is incredibly difficult as a spouse. You never know when they're running off. So it makes things like, a full-time job very difficult, along with the fact that, yes, we've got 2 kiddos, 8 and 11. And while they are amazing and fantastic, and I thank God for them every day, they definitely keep me on my toes, like I said, and keep life very busy and entertaining. So, with things like ADHD comes along with, behavioral therapy and doctor's appointments and taking things a little differently than the average kiddo. And I feel like right now there is no average kiddo in the world. I mean, we're in 2023 here, and between the last 2 to 3 years of school in the state of the world, with just, like I said, a regular kiddo has thrown everything into a tailspin. So you take anybody with any sort of different ability, and it just makes life that much harder. So when I found, obviously Modere, it was so refreshing to find a company that excited me again. Like Joan said, I've been in this business, this network marketing business, for a little over 8 years this summer. Modere is my third business, my third company rather, and I've loved network marketing. I got into it specifically as a way to make some income from home when my daughter turned 1, because when my son was born, I went back to work immediately, and he was in daycare from the time he was 10 weeks old to about 3. And while I am all for daycare, and I think there are definitely some huge, huge pros that come with it, putting him in at 10 weeks old nearly killed me. And we were not in the financial position for me to be able to stay home. So we made an agreement that by the time we had a second kid, I would stay home for a year, and at that point we would put that child into daycare. So obviously our second one got to a year, and I said, you know what, I don't know, I'm kind of liking this stay-at-home thing. However, I'm also not the type of person that can, quote-unquote, be just a mom. And those of you that are, I give you mad props, because it is the hardest job on the planet, and we are not paid for it. So when I was approached about network marketing, to be able to earn an income, have an identity, have a business, do all these things around my family, I jumped at it. And what I found was that it was not exactly all it was cracked up to be. There was a lot of overworking and underpaid with my first 2 businesses. So when I was approached about Modere, I was definitely a little bit skeptical, but the more information I found out, the more excited I felt. Like I said, being with a company that really doesn't, value you based on your rank or your pay title or your customer pod title or any of these things, they value you for you, is not just refreshing, like I mentioned before, but it means so much more than just, oh, you're a car driver or you're a such and such unicorn rank. you're Kat and you're Joan and you're Jenn and you're Sarah and whatever name you may be. Modere loves you for you, and that was just incredible to me, because not all network marketing companies are created equal, and I think a lot of us have been around the block before, and especially during this Black Friday season. This is my first Black Friday season with Modere, so I'm very excited about that. I am super impressed at how it's been handled already. I know I mentioned it to Joan. I'm just in awe that we're provided with so much marketing information. I'm a creative at heart. I actually have my own branding business and graphic design business, and I absolutely love it. But it takes up a large chunk of your time. So for those of you that are not creatively inclined or, don't want to spend hours on Canva, the marketing assets from Modere are a huge asset. And even for those of us that do love to do it and love to create, that's one less thing we can take off our plate and say, you know what, if I don't get a chance to recreate my own thing, that's okay, because I really like what they did. It looks pretty damn good. So, yeah.
I love that. No, Kat, I love that because, it always, whenever I hear somebody talk about, okay, why did you choose Modere? What was it? And inevitably, once you get involved in Modere, once you become part of Modere, if you've had any experience at all, you realize this company provides the social marketer with every single tool to succeed.
Yep.
Then you've got John and Nadia who have, developed the whole social. Whoops. Are we there, guys?
Yep.
Sorry, I hope I'm not. Am I breaking up?
You're good.
Okay. All right. Then we've got John and Nadia that have provided us with the ATM system. So, literally, this isn't a sign you up, see you later kind of company. But if you never talk to anybody and you really looked through the materials, you have every single tool to succeed. So, Kat, I'm with you. I have also a previous network marketing, background. And when I got here and got in, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to save me so much time. It's going to empower me and my team members to make so much more money and feel so confident putting out, amazing marketing tools, graphic, all the different things are there. So, Kat, I want to ask you a couple questions because I know you were with, two incredible companies before and you've had success. And I want to just ask you, what was it that made you say yes to Modere?
Honestly, it was the brilliant minds that I talked to. I have, partnered with people like Yana Crump, in prior businesses. Our upline is Megan Miles, the amazing Megan Miles. And then, there's John. And our immediate conversations were with Megan and John. And to be able to go, wait, they care about little old me coming from somewhere else. They want to know what questions I have. They want to, pick my brain and see why I'm interested. And where in previous companies, it would have been, oh, well, she's not this rank or not that rank. Where John and Megan were very, very transparent and actually cared about why we wanted to come over and why Modere would make a difference in our life. And I just thought that was so inspiring. For one, so John, as everyone knows, is brilliant at what he does. He's, also speaks at several other, events and business conferences and coach and all these things, right? So he had actually spoken for our team at a previous company probably 2 or 3 years ago. And I just remember thinking, oh my gosh, like his downline is so flippin' lucky to be able to have access to him and, be able to be right there on the sidelines, soaking it all in. And so I just remember, just being very grateful that, we've got the team that we do and are very, very lucky in that regard. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I know I tell people this all the time, and I'm going to say it again here, having been a part of, 3 other companies over the past 23 years and really loved, my other companies, of course. But one thing was said to me, Kat, and you're alluding to it, which was I was talking with Shane Greer, and for all of you that, everyone knows Shane Greer, the North American Vice President of Sales. Anyway, Shane on a call to me said, Joan, we want to help you and your team members monetize your network. And, in all the years that I've been in network marketing, I'd never heard a corporate person say that to me. And by the way, guys, I've also been on the corporate side. I don't think I ever said it to anybody that way. But that is who Modere is. They're really, truly interested in helping people, helping social marketers. So it's not just the customer, it's the social marketer, and it's not just the social marketer, because none of us would be here if it wasn't for the amazing customers. So I love that they get it. And you really just alluded to that, Kat.
Yeah, it makes a difference. So, it's very refreshing.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, well, I want to ask you this one question. You recently, you've been with Modere just a short time. You're already having success. You're fully, you're building your customer base. Megan was like, oh, my gosh, you have got to have Kat on as a guest. You're recruiting. You're attracting people to you. If there was one piece of advice that you could give those people that, like I said, are either just joining or maybe they're reigniting their business, what would that be?
Oh, one piece. Say to be coachable and follow the steps that are laid out for you. Coming from other places, it's really easy to compare and say, well, I've tried that before. It didn't work. Where you may have tried that before, but it was another brand or it was another leader telling you that. You're on the team that you because you trust the people you're with. So when they say, guys, this is the best way to go about this, trust them and run with it. They've had success. I love that. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel.
I love that. Kat, I want to thank you for joining the call. I know that Saturday is a busy time for you with the kiddos, and we just are so grateful that you were willing to join and share your wisdom. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having
me. You're welcome, babe. All right, guys, this is going to bring me right into sharing just a little bit about myself as we wrap up today's call. And, the interesting thing, I want to just start by saying, as Kat mentioned her suggestion, it really got me thinking about my own story. And my own story started back in 2001. I was a corporate executive at Nordstrom and really was drawn to network marketing by an invitation. So everybody taking notes, if we aren't inviting and letting people know what we have to offer, there's going to be nobody joining you. People have to know that there's an opportunity. People need to know that you have a solution to help them with their needs, whatever it is, financially, community, systems, a dual compensation plan, and I could go on. So let me ask you this. Are you inviting people to take a closer look? Because if it wasn't for that invitation, I would not be here today. And furthermore, what really was in my heart, nobody really knew, because I loved my corporate career, but what I wasn't so thrilled with was I had a 6-year-old son at the time, every night when I'd get home and we'd go to story time, I like to call myself, I was like the 2-page turner mom. And pretty soon he started going, Mom, you're skipping a page. And I remember thinking something has to change. At the time, guys, I was a single mom, and I really did feel like there was no way out. In fact, I remember thinking I could get a second job, but where was I going to be able to make the money? I certainly wasn't going to be selling myself or any kind of funky drugs or anything. So I really thought, my gosh, I'd have to go get another full-time job, and there was no way. I was already tired. And boom, wouldn't you know it, I made a list of how I wanted my life to look. And guys, in those days, I didn't have any idea about setting really intentions or manifesting. Certainly I had an idea about goals. But on that list, there was absolutely nothing of what I didn't want. In fact, it was almost like a dream. It was like I allowed my imagination and my heart to open up, and I just wrote out what I wanted my life to look like. It wasn't more than 2 weeks later that my best friend called me and said, Joni, I've got some amazing products. I'd love to get your opinion. Once I said yes, I remember all of the feelings, like, oh my gosh, what did I say yes to? Did I have excitement? Of course I did. I was excited, but I also had those butterflies and the fear because I was out of my comfort zone. Being in, the retail capacity, I was used to having people come to me, and this was a whole different deal. But I kept in mind what I joined for, and I kept picturing my son Miles and the life that I wanted to create for him. And I remember hearing the person that did the training say, make a 90-day commitment and do whatever they said. And guys, isn't that just what Kat said? She said, make a commitment, do what they said, be coachable. And you know what? I'm going to tell you this too. If I wouldn't have done those 90 days and leaned into the things that made me most uncomfortable, I wouldn't be here today either. I pushed through those fears. I forced myself to do them, telling myself that if it wasn't working for me in 90 days after doing everything they said, then and only then would I feel good about saying this just wasn't right for me. And what do you know? After 90 days, I was like, geez, I'm making some sales. I love these products. And I loved helping women. And that was exactly the trajectory that I've been on over the past 23 years. So I shared that with you because there's some clues in there for you. And for those of you that are starting your business, restarting your business, and just a reminder that there are people out there that need what you have, whether it be the products, whether it be the business. They are waiting for you to make them aware. They're waiting for the invitation. And you very well could be the answer to their prayers, the way my best friend was to mine. All right, guys, we have some incredible speakers here today, and I just want to share one last thing, and that is for those of you that have not registered for SRC 2024, it's held in Long Beach, California. You can get all the information on the buzz, but I want to tell you that these in-person events are what is going to keep you inspired, motivate you, and take you into an action plan that you can do. We've got everything in place here, but being connected, getting to know people within your team and people outside of your team, seeing all the new releases, new products, we've got new technology, we're making the customer experience even better. Guys, this is what it's all about. Modere is you are part of a company when you're with Modere that is leading in innovation and leading the industry to success. So I just want to say, everybody have an incredible rest of your weekend, and let's get laser focused on our Black Friday. All right, have a fabulous weekend. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.